Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to talk about Doctor Who. So, two new Doctor Who topics have been surfaced on the internet quite recently, and I'm going to make a video on them. So obviously we have Doctor Who. The movie has been newly restored for 4K and Blu-ray. Obviously experienced the 8th Doctor's debut in stunning 4K and well as a whole host of special features. In 1996, Paul McGann debuted as the 8th Doctor in Doctor Who, one of my favorite Doctors to be honest. A feature-length co-production between the BBC and the American Fox network, more commonly known as the TV movie. This 90-minute feature was shot on film, and now for the first time all 219 reels of the original film, totaling almost to 200,000 feet, have been pulled from deep storage in the USA. And meticulously scanned over 21 days, then restored by Paul Vanizis, I think, to provide a definite 4K experience. The TV movie has never looked or sounded so good, with a 24-frame transfer to match the original film rushes, an immersive surround sound rebuilt from the original raw sound elements, also starring Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor. And obviously there was this video where obviously Sylvester McCoy voiced over his, I suppose, his thoughts or whatever on the Doctor Who movie 4K restoration, which is really interesting.
The Doctor Who TV movie's original film negatives have been meticulously scanned, and that means you can experience me in glorious 4K. Yes, I'm back. And if you don't mind me saying, it's about time.
We also have Daphne Ashbrook as Grace, Eric Roberts as the Master, Yi Ji Tso as Chang Li. The TV movie sees the Doctor regeneration triggered on an operating table, with Surgeon Grace Holloway accompanying the new Doctor on an epic adventure to prevent the Master from stealing the Doctor's future lives. This new release is available on 4K in a limited edition steelbook with exclusive artwork. The thing is, the steelbook looks holy shit, so good. Like legit, I love the steelbook art, as well as the standard Blu-ray, and includes a host of special features including the uncensored UK version, the USA broadcast version, soundtrack in Dolby Atmos, 5.1 and stereo, and conversation with director Geoffrey Sachs, Sylvester McCoy and Janet Fielding feature, 3 new featurettes with Daphne Ashbrook, Eric Roberts and Yi Ji Tso, 2 audio commentaries, isolated music score, production info text, the 7-year hitch making of documentary, Paul McGann's edition tape, alternate takes, electronic press kit and behind the scenes footage, TARDIS tour and BBC trials, I think. So Doctor Who the movie, the ultimate new restoration, will be available to pre-order now. So there we go. Very cool stuff. Obviously I already had a Blu-ray version of the movie, which I have here in my I suppose studio, yeah. I'm going to show you it right now, so let's take a gander. So here I am in my, I suppose, studio, and this is my Doctor Who collection right over here. So we've got the series from obviously 2005 till 2022 or something. A couple of special ones, obviously the 60th anniversary specials too. And then obviously right here we have my classic Who, I guess, collection. So obviously season 10, season 26, the Doctor Who movie, and obviously William Hartnell's first 3 serials. So actually today in this video, I talked about obviously the Doctor Who movie. I already have this one on Blu-ray, which is kind of interesting. So there we go. Really entertaining and fun movie. It's not the best thing ever made, but hey, it's very nice that there is going to be a second possible Blu-ray, I suppose, DVD, and also a 4K restoration of it, so that's really nice. And obviously William Hartnell's first 3 serials, so An Unearthly Child, The Daleks and The Edge of Destruction. It's also really interesting that obviously the Daleks master plan is getting a few more episodes, which is really interesting. And I'm a big fan that obviously great people here in the world restore these episodes and make sure that the fans of Doctor Who actually have the possibility to watch them, obviously on streaming platforms or on, I guess, physical media. So I'm quite sure that in the future, next up, I suppose, these new recovered episodes will be available on physical media. Could be very interesting, right? But I should really get into more of the William Hartnell's Doctor. But obviously I'm IT, obviously. I still have a bright future ahead of me, hopefully. So there we go. This is my Doctor Who collection. So yeah, very nice. So yes, it is a very interesting that Doctor Who now has a brand new restoration of the movie in 4K. The only 4K movies that I have are from Star Trek, so Star Trek 1 and Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. I also have a little segment here or sequence where I actually talk about them. So alright, let's take a look as well. So yeah, I just wanted to point out that the only things that I have in 4K restoration are actually these two movies, which are the two, I guess, first Star Trek movies. Obviously Star Trek, the original motion picture film. I haven't seen them, unfortunately, but I will eventually in the future. They're on my to watch list, I suppose, in the coming up, maybe in a few weeks or something. But anyhow, I've got this motion picture Star Trek movie, and obviously The Wrath of Khan, which is, I suppose, one of the most famous sequels ever made. So there we go. Yeah, I can't wait to watch them, because obviously they're 4K restorations, which is, you know, fantastic detail, obviously. So there we go. So obviously, let's see here. Yes, so Doctor Who, the second topic I'm going to talk about is the Doctor Who, I suppose, Daleks master plan reels or film reels that have been found in a private collection, which is really interesting. Obviously, this is one of the most, you know, groundbreaking things the last, I think, month or week or something on the Doctor Who news, because obviously back in the 60s, we had obviously in the 60s the episodes of Doctor Who weren't really well kept. So there we go. And now obviously lost Doctor Who episodes are back and found in eclectic collection. A cardboard box found in a collector's ramshackle collection of vintage films contained 2 episodes of Doctor Who that have not been viewed since airing in the 1960s. The episodes feature the first incarnation of the Doctor, played by William Hartnell, tackling a Dalek plan to take over the Earth, the solar system and the galaxy in a storyline only ever shown in the UK. Peter Sears, who played the Doctor's assistant Stephen Taylor, was invited to the Phoenix Cinema in Lancashire on Wednesday under false pretenses to view the 2 episodes, and he said, "My flubber has never been so gasted." So there we go. Restored versions of the episodes will be released on BBC iPlayer this Easter. The first episode, titled The Nightmare Begins, was part of the 3rd season of Doctor Who, and it was aired in November 1965. Then the second recovered episode, Devil's Planet, was broadcast 2 weeks later. So there we go. Obviously, the intervening episode, Day of the Armageddon, was found in 2004 by a former BBC engineer, meaning fans now have the first 3 installments of the Daleks Master Plan arc, which obviously is around like the first hour of that serial. Written by the creator of the Daleks, Terry Nation, and Dennis Spooner, the serial starred Hartnell and Purvis alongside an early appearance by Nicholas Courtney, which obviously played Colonel Lethbridge Stewart in the later seasons too. But obviously Nicholas Courtney has also played Brett Vian, I think, Adrian Hill, I think, as Katarina, and Kevin Stoney as Mavic Chan. So there we go. Mavic Chan was also, I guess, name dropped in the 60th anniversary special.
He flies off.
Courtney would go on to play a recurring character, Brigadier, right? But the dark and gritty 12-part storyline was ordered to be wiped, and more than half of its remains missing. So there we go, very interesting. So how did it become the first Lost Doctor Who episodes to be announced to the world since 2013? The work of Leicester, a charitable trust. Film is fabulous. FIF is behind what had become the last gap between the last episodes being uncovered, coming to an end. Many previous lost episodes had been found in archives of TV stations overseas, including the last episodes found which had been not be recovered from a Nigerian TV station. Interesting. But with the Daleks Master Plan, the story was not sold overseas. So censors in Australia and New Zealand deemed it too violent, and without their buy-in, selling to other markets was not profitable. Combined with the move towards colour, the black and white story was thought to have little future value and consigned, I think, to the bin. But copies of some episodes were still made by technicians to check for problems with, obviously, which might need to be fixed ahead of pitching the episodes to other markets. It was these versions that made their way to an amateur collection. Professor of Cinema and Television History at Lancashire, the Montfort University, Justin Smith, Chair of Trusts at The Film is Fabulous, said a depth of gratitude was owed to the anonymous late collector, whose film largely focused on his love of trains and canals, including hundreds of home videos were donated to Film is Fabulous after he died. So he said, "We travel all over the country to recover film collections for private hands. A lot of films had suffered water damage and the cans had current, I think. These are gems and what was an eclectic and ramshackle collection, a lot of which hadn't been looked after as well as the Doctor Who had. The collector didn't recognize what he had, but how he acquired them has been lost to time. News of the discovery left actor Purvis, 87, tearing up after travelling to Leicester, I think, on Wednesday to attend what he believed were going to be interviews with the media about television in the 1960s. Learning the real reason he had been lured to the venue with a perfect lie, he said, "I'm speechless, knocked out." So there you go. So, and after viewing the 2 episodes, he said, "My flabber has never been so gasted." Although he quipped, he've never forgiven the BBC for losing those episodes, which obviously the BBC was very dumb at. It would be really nice to get a few real royalties. I'm not sure I even saw those programs go out originally. I remember the stories, but having seen them, the pictures are unfamiliar to me. I didn't remember the first one when I was still almost following the injury I received fighting in Troy, the wonderful Mythmakers, which of course is missing. So there you go. Recalling the industry as the pioneering days of TV cinema, Purvis said, "It was just a job. It sounds silly, but we did an episode of the program each week. In a year, I did 46 episodes. It was great fun. It was great to be doing a series that was hugely popular." So there we go.
He thought that there was no evidence of it, and he didn't know he was going to see it. I've been lying to a national treasure for about 2 weeks because he knew because this stuff couldn't get out because these things are involve a lot of meticulous planning. And so I'd lured Peter to Leicester. He thought he was going to be addressing some people about how they made television in the 1960s and watching a couple of episodes from the archive. And so it was. You saw it. It was when he got there. I told him there was one, and he was really excited, and he watched one. And then when he watched that one, I said, "Peter, I promise I'm not going to lie to you again, but we've got another one." What kind of impact did it have on him? He was really moved. He was really excited because these things were supposed to be lost forever, and also it's about reconnecting with his past, and he's very proud of Doctor Who. He's really good in it as well. We forget, because we know him as a presenter. He's a great dramatic actor, and he quite often, he's the de facto lead of Doctor Who sometimes in the 60s because William Hartnell would be on holiday or not be doing very much, and he's really good in it, Peter. And it was so great. He had a long journey. He came in and he was quite tired, and by the end of the day, he was rosy-cheeked and 6 foot tall, and he was, he's absolutely delighted.
Very, very interesting. Okay, so the thing is, Doctor Who historian Toby Hadoke, I think, or Doc, who lured Purvis to Leicester for the event, expects the Doctor Who fanbase will be thrilled by the news of the episode surviving through the decades. So there you go. You also have details of the event are yet to be announced, but it will take place on the same day that 2 restored episodes are made available in full on BBC iPlayer thing. I suppose we also have different screenings, right, in London, I think, on the 4th of April, which is really interesting. I don't live in London, or even close to London, but yeah, sure, that's very, very interesting. There are also a few rumors that other lost episodes of Doctor Who have been found. So yeah, I think the rumors might be true, I suppose. But yeah, I can't wait to see where this will go in the future. Since 2013, there have never been, any new episodes found. But yeah, now it's really great to have these brand new episodes found, I suppose. So there we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special bulletin from Radio Free Skaro early in the morning on Friday, wherever you are in the world. As if you didn't hear, if you weren't on social media when BBC Leicester leaked it a few hours earlier than intended, long last, folks, first time since 2013, missing episodes of Doctor Who. It says that the estate of the deceased owner, who is the film collector, in whose collection the film prints were found, wishes that he remains anonymous. Consequently, will not enter into any discussion on the collector's identity. All we're able to say, this is from Fabulous talking, is he cherished the films for many years, and we owe him a huge debt of gratitude for preserving these episodes of Doctor Who.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will check you later. Goodbye, everyone. Or should I say, obviously, Doctor, I let you go. And only.
What's it? Or perhaps a tap. This person, you realise very few people have seen this universe. All right, Doctor, but now we've got it. What are we going to do with it? Well, for the moment, nothing. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you said yourself that the Daleks had the most dangerous weapon ever devised. We have the Terranium, so for the moment we do nothing. And by doing nothing, we do everything. Do I make myself clear? No. Doctor, what's all that supposed to mean? Oh, my dear young man, you ask so many questions.